Assalamualaikum. Today we will present study case question 3 for our group assignment. So, this is the group member who will be present. The issue for question 3A is about Semi's property management issue. Nair appointed as property management agent for business premise. The last 3 months of rent payment from famous pizza Sendirian Berhad arranged. Then the account clerk of famous pizza Sendirian Berhad was confirmed being transferred to Nair for all rentals. So Semi was unsatisfied with Nair's performance in the agency relationship. In addition, she is seeking advice on termination and recovery of rental collection. Next is rule of law. The issue related under law of agency, which is Section 135 of Contract Act of 1950 was defined an agent as a person appointed to perform a task on behalf of another person. The principal is a person who appoints and instructs an agent to act on his behalf. The agent responsibility depends on the terms of the agency contract, whether express or implied. Next, the agent must be obey the principal's instruction and manage his principal business according to the principal instruction. If the agent act otherwise, damage must be paid to the principal. The agent must repay the principal the amount received on his principal account. The case related is Potter Harry Ltd versus Mason. State that profit from racing bets must be handed over to the principal if the agency contract is not illegal. Next is remedies. Remedies is a voidable contract is an agreement that can be cancelled by one party involved. Remedies can be claimed when one party breaks a promise and cause loss. The type of damage can be generous or specific, usually given in the form of the money. The termination of the agency relationship can be through the action of the parties concerned, such as the principal revoking the agent's authority.
Application Agency Contract Section 135 Contracts Act 1950 stated an agent is a person employed to do any act for another or represent another in dealing with the person, while the person for whom such act is done or who is so represented is called the principal. Based on the question, Semi appointed Nair as his property management agent to find potential renters for his business premise and collect rentals. Famous pizza Sendirian Berhad agreed to rent the ground floor of Semi's building through Nair. In this case, Semi was the principal, Nair was the agent, and famous pizza Sendirian Berhad was the third party. Agents do this to the principal. First, obey the principal's instruction. Section 164 Contracts Act 1950, an agent is bound to conduct the business of his principal according to the direction given by the principal. Nair was appointed by Semi to find potential renters for his business premise and collect rentals. Second, pay the principal all sums received on his behalf. Section 171 Contracts Act 1950, the agent is bound to pay to his principal all sum received on his account. Nair was appointed to collect rentals on behalf of Semi, so after he collected the rentals from famous pizza Sendirian Berhad, he need to give the money back to his principal, Semi. This issue is related to the case of Harry Parker versus Manson. For the voidable contract, there is two. First, remedies. Remedies is the claim for damage of contract breach. The remedies can be claimed when one party breaks a promise and causes losses to other party. For this case, Nair as an agent who breaks a promise which he did not repay the rentals that he collected from famous pizza Sendirian Berhad to Semi, while Semi was the one who had lost and suffered because he did not receive any rentals payment from famous pizza Sendirian Berhad even though the payment was made to the Nair's bank account. Semi may seek remedies for both general and specific damage to claim the position he would have been in if there was no breach of the agency contract. Second, termination. Section 154 Contracts Act 1950, the authority for the termination of the agency relationship by the principal. An agency can be terminated by the acts of the parties. Agency is terminated by the principal revoking his authority.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Noriana binti Muhammad. My metric number is S67456. I'll do the conclusion for 3E. Semi as a principal can terminate Nair, who is his agent for his agency under the breach of contract and failure to fulfill the duties that has assigned. The termination can be applied under the Act of Parties, which is by unilateral revocation termination. The rental regulation can be managed with remedies available to the principal that fall under the Section 169, recover the amount from the agents. This is because never failed as an agent to pay to his principal all sums received on behalf of the principal. Section 171 of Contracts Act 1950.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noor Alia Maisarah binti Nur Afandi, permit number S67488. So, for question 3B, the issue is Ali, the owner of houses in Tuk Jembal, engaged the service of his agent Mutu to sell two of his properties with an agreed 3% of commission on the sale price. The issue arises when Mutu received an additional 3,000 directly from the purchaser of the first house as a commission. Mutu also demanded 2,000 from the buyer of the second house, influencing Ali to reduce the property value. This situation raised concerns about Mutu actions, including the acceptance of undisclosed commission and also multiplication of property value. For the rule of law, the law of agency as governed by the Contract Act 1950 define agent as employee to represent another person with a third party. So, breach of obligation and contract can lead to legal action for remedies. The Contract Act have 10 main duties an agent owes to the principal. In this context, the agent's primary duty is to avoid making any secret profit defined as additional financial gain beyond the agreed commission. An agent, when acting on behalf of the principal, cannot accept secret profit from a third party and the principal knowledge. This principle is illustrated in the case of Shipway versus Broadwood, where the agent was bribed, leading the principal to rightfully repudiate the contract and avoid liability in legal action initiated by the third party. Application: breach of the contract. Mutu has a duty to act as Ali's agents and to uphold the conditions that have been agreed upon. Any action that Mutu takes against these terms, such as accepting undeclared commissions or making demands for more money, may be considered as a breach of the contract. Restitution: Ali can ask for the injury done by Mutu because Mutu is against their contract by manipulating the purchaser by saying that he will ask Ali to reduce the price of the house if they give him RM2,000. This will give a bad reputation to Ali from the purchaser when Mutu asks for additional payment from the purchaser for his own goods. Rescission: Mutu has manipulated the sale of price of the second house, so Ali may have grounds to seek rescission of the sale. Rescission is a legal remedy that allows the cancellation of a contract, restoring the parties to their pre-contractual positions. Damage remedy: in this case, damage could include not only the financial losses directly related to Mutu's actions, such as the wrongfully obtained commissions and the potential difference in sale price, but also any other consequential damage. For instance, Ali may have incurred additional expense or lost opportunities due to Mutu's misconduct.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurdana binti Muhammad. My meeting number is S67456. I'll do the conclusion for 3B. Given that Mutu violated their agreement, Ali as the principal has the authority to terminate Mutu's contract as the property manager. Ali may demand back any benefit he lost under Section 168 of the legislation as Mutu manipulated the sale price in order to obtain additional money from the buyer. The duties of agents and employers are outlined in the Contract Act of 1950. If someone violates these guidelines, the offending party may seek assistance in court. That's all. Thank you.